My name is Lee, and I did my capstone on Machu Picchu. And my main question is, what was Machu Picchu and how to play such a big part in civilization? I was lucky enough to be able to hike up to Machu Picchu with my dad, and this is the beginning of the hike. Machu Picchu is located in Peru. This house is a very old house that the Incas made. This would have probably been a home for one of the priest's servants. The area around Machu Picchu is very warm because Machu Picchu is located very close to the equator, and the mountains around Machu Picchu are very large because Machu Picchu is very close to the Andes, which is a very large mountain range, and which is located on the west side of South America. Machu Picchu is used for water. The Incas got their water by going to the top of a mountain, and there would be water because it would all stay in the top of the mountain, and they built little tunnels to channel the water. Shelter. I learned that this was probably a shelter for one of the priest servants. There might have also been one or two priests living there. Farming. The Incas were very good farmers, and farming played a very big part in Inca culture. Lastly, praying. In this temple, the Incas would go and pray to the sun god, so they wouldn't upset the sun god, because if they did, they thought that he wouldn't give enough light for their crops, and then they wouldn't have any food. Astronomy. Every year on March 21st, the sun would hit the very point of the sundial, and there would be no shadows at all. This was very special to the Incas because astronomy played a big part in their culture, because they thought that if they didn't impress the gods, then they would be angry at them and they would not get light, so they would try and impress the gods with astronomy. This temple was very important to the Incas for two reasons. One, it was a temple to pray in, and two, also on March 21st, the sun would shine through all the windows, and it would hit that spot on the rock, and it would work as a beacon because it would all shoot up as one big beam of light, and it would give light to the extra light to the rest of Machu Picchu. That's Machu Picchu. Oh yeah, so he was our hiking guide named Elias Maxwell, and he worked at Machu Picchu, and he's been a hiking guide at Machu Picchu for 9 years, and he's hiked this giant Inca trail about 115 times.
Wow.
So that was the trail we went down. That's the Sun Gate, and we went down like another mile maybe, and we got to Machu Picchu, and we just hiked up a mountain called Machu Picchu. But before we got to the Sun Gate, we hiked a 7-mile hike. The people of Machu Picchu, the Incas. The Incas were the people living at Machu Picchu at the time, but when the Spaniards came in the mid-1500s, all the Incas evacuated Machu Picchu, or they died from the disease that the Spanish brought with them, kind of like when the Native Americans were invaded by the Spanish. Thank you to everybody that helped me and my dad for taking me to Machu Picchu.